Good morning, children. As you all know that we have started estimating the product and the quotient. So in yesterday's video, we have completed with estimating with product. Today we will start with estimating quotient. So as in the previous video, I have told you all the rules of estimation. How will you round it off to its nearest greatest value or greatest place value, and then you are going to estimate the quotient in that order only. Today we will start our video by estimate quotient by using compatible numbers. So first we will do practice of estimating quotient, and after doing practice of this estimating quotient, then we will move to our exercise 3.6. Now as you can see on the screen, I'll zoom it the screen, and now you can see the first question, which is 296. You can see this 296 divided by 5. Now here in 296 the greatest place value is 200. So this number 296 is going to round off to 100 place only. So we'll see the number on tens place, which is 9. So we encircle 9. Now 9 is greater than 5, so 1 will be added on 100 place. These rules I have told you earlier also. So now just tell me what will be the round off of 296 to the nearest 100. Yes, that's correct. The round off will be 300. So here the round off of 296 will be 300 divided by 5. And after division you will find it out the quotient, which is 5 6 are 30. Then 0 will be put it like that only. So 60 will be the quotient in the first question. Similarly, we'll see second question, which is 150 divided by 4. Now here 150, again 100 you are going to, its greatest place is 100, so you are going to round it off to 100. 150, now tens place you have digit 5, which is equal to 5. And as I told you in the rule that if a number or the place value to the immediate right is 5 or more than 5, then 1 will be added on the greatest place value. Now here 150 will be round off to 200, then divided by 4, then you will get the answer, which is 4 5s are 20, 50. Now the third 244. Now again you are going to round it off to 100 only. Now on tens place you can see in this question you have 4. Now 4 is less than 5, so 1 will not be added on 100 place. So that will become 200 only. 200 divided by 5. So you will get 40 as a quotient. Now move to the fourth question, that is 719 divided by 9. So here in this 719, again on the 100 place we have, yes correct, that is 7, and on tens place we have 1. Yes, 1 is less than 5, so we will not add anything on that place, 100 place. So it will become 700 divided by 9. Fifth, 138. Again on 100 place we have 1, but on tens place we have 3, which is less than 5. So we will not add anything on 100 place. So that will become 100 divided by 2, and the quotient will be 50. In the sixth also we have 103. Again it will be rounded off to 100, because on tens place you have 0. So nothing will be added on 100 place. So it will become 100 divided by 3. So you will get the quotient. Now 7th question is 894. Can you tell me what will be the rounded off of 894? Yes, on 100 place we have 800 and on tens place we have 9, which is more than 5. So 1 will be added on 100 place. So that will become 8 plus 1, 9. 900 divided by 3. What will be the quotient? 3 3s are 9. Yes, 3 3s are 9. The quotient will be 300. Now move to the 8th question, that is 718. 8th question is 718 divided by 8. Now again you will see, do the round it off to the greatest place value, which is 100. Now on tens place we have 1. So on 100 place nothing will be added because 1 is less than 5. So that will become 700 divided by 8. You will get the quotient. Now 9th question is 608 divided by 6. Okay, now you will tell me first what will be the rounded off of 608. Yes, that's correct. The rounded off of 608 will be 600 divided by 6. And the quotient will be, estimated quotient will be, yes, that's correct, that is 100. Now 10th question is 787. What will be the rounded off of 787? Yes, that's correct, 800. Why it will be 800? Because on tens place we have 8. Now 8 is greater than 5. So 1 will be added on 100 place. So it will become 800 divided by 2. So you will get 400 as a quotient. Okay, now 11th question. Tell me first what will be the rounded off of 99. Now here 100 place is not there, but on tens place you have 9 and on ones place also you have 9. So 9 is, the 9 which is given on ones place is more than 5. So 1 will be added on tens place. So 9 plus 1, that will become 10. So the answer will be 100. 100 divided by 5. Then what will be the quotient? Yes, that's correct. The quotient will be 5 2s are 10, 20. Now 12th, 811 divided by 4. Okay, quickly tell me what will be the rounded off of 811. 800, yes, that will be 800. Why it will be 800? Because on tens place you have 1, which is less than 5. So nothing will be added on 100 place. So that will become 800 divided by 4. I hope the concept of estimating quotient is clear in your mind. Estimating quotient. Okay, now we'll move to the exercise. This worksheet I'll send you on Snap Homework, and these questions you are supposed to do it in your copy. Clear? You can write over that estimating quotient worksheet, and then these all questions you will do it in your copy. This worksheet I'll send you on the Snap Homework and in WhatsApp group also. Now we'll move to the exercise 3.6 which we were doing. So exercise 3.6 we have started in our last video, and we have completed the half exercise, which is question 1 to 6, that estimate the following product, that we have completed. So today we will start with estimate the quotient, that we are going to start. Now 7th question we will start doing from 7th question, estimate the quotient. Now estimate the quotient. You have been given with the number 1825 divided by 27. Now you have to find it out. You are going to round it off to its greatest place value or up to 100. See, in this question we will find it out that 1825, we will round it off to 100 place only instead of rounding it off to 1000 place. Why? Because the number which we will get it round off by 27, that will be divisible by 1800 only. So we'll round it off to 100 place only, and then divisor, which is 27, is going to round it off to the next number. So let's start the exercise. Now, as you can see on the screen, estimate the quotient, and question number 7, which is 1825 divided by 27. Now this 1825, as I told you, sometimes we are not rounding it off to its greatest place value, because we have to see the divisor also, whether the divisor is divisible, that dividend is divisible by the divisor or not. So here in this case we are going to round off this 1825 up to 100 only. So we'll see this tens place, which is 2. Now 2 is less than 5, so we are not going to add anything on 100 place. So round off will be 1800, and in the case of divisor, here we will round off to the tens place, and ones place is 7. Now 7 is greater than 5, so 1 will be added on this tens place, so the round off will be 30. Round off of 27 will be 30. Now what we will do, we will divide 1800 by 30. 6 times will be 180. Nothing will be left, 0 will get down. Now 30 zeros are 0, you will get it. Now what will be the estimated quotient? You will write down estimated. Therefore estimated quotient, what will be the estimated quotient? The estimated quotient will be this, that is 60. Okay, let's see this question again. In this question you have been given to estimate the quotient 1825. As I told you earlier also, that every time we are not going to round off the number to its greatest place value, because we have to see the divisor also, whether the dividend is divisible by the divisor. According to that only we are going to do the round off of this number. Now here we will round it off to the 100 place only. Now on 100 place we have 8, and on tens place, which we have circled, that is 2. Now 2 is less than 5, so nothing will be added on this 100 place. So its round off will be 1800. Now we'll see this 27. Now in 27 we have to round it off to the tens place, and on ones place we have 7. Now 7 is greater than 5, so 1 will be added on tens place. So here the round off will be 30. Now 1800 will be divided by 30, which is the divisor, which is the estimated divisor, to find the estimated quotient. Now 30 6 times will be 180, nothing will be left. Now 0 will get down, 30 zeros are 0 will be there. Now here therefore estimated quotient will be 60. I hope this first question of estimated quotient is clear to you all. Okay, now we'll move to question number 8. So now this will be your 8th question. Now this 8th question we are going to round it off to the greatest place value, ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh. So we are going to round off to its greatest place value, which is lakh. We underline lakh place and encircle this 10,000 place. So first of all we will do round off of that number. Round off we will do it, that is 6,85,910 will be given to you. We are going to round off to lakh. We will see this 10,000 place. Now the 10,000 place is 8, which is greater than 5, so 1 will be added here. So this will become 7, then rest of the places will be 0. Now we will come to the divisor, that is 7,312. Now again the greatest place value is 1000. We encircle this 100 place Now 100 place is less than 5, so nothing will be added here. So we'll get it this 7000 only. I hope this round off is clear to you all. See again, here the greatest place value is lakh, so we are going to round it off to the lakh. As I told you that always a given number will be round off to its greatest place value. Now 8 will underline the greatest place, and after that we encircle the immediate right place. If that immediate right place is greater than 5, then 1 will be added on the greatest place. Now that 6 will become 7 because 8 is greater than 5. Now similarly we will do it with the divisor also, 7312. Here also the greatest place is 1000. We'll see this 100 place, which is 3. Now 3 is less than 5, so we are not going to add anything on the 1000 place. So here 7 lakh will be divided by 7000. Then we will get the estimated quotient. So this 7 lakh will be divided by 7000, which is 1 times will be this 7000. Nothing will be left. Now 1 0 will be get down, 0, then another 0, that will again be 0. So what will be the estimated quotient? That we will write down at last. Therefore, estimated quotient, what will be the estimated quotient? That is 100. So let's see this question again. As I told you that in estimated quotient you have to round it off a number with its greatest place value. So here we have the greatest place is lakh. So we are going to round off to the lakh place. We'll encircle the immediate right place, which is 10,000. Now here the number on 10,000 place is 8, which is greater than 5. So 1 will be added on lakh place. So the round off of 6,85,000 will be 7 lakh. Rest of the places after encircle number or that encircle number also, place is also, the rest of the numbers will be 0. Now we'll come to the divisor, which is 7312. So again we will see this encircle place and this underline place. Now underline place is 7, which is your 1000 place. Then we will move to this 100 place. Now this is 3. Now 3 is less than 5, so we are not going to add anything on the 100 place. So that will become 7000. Now here 7 lakh will be divided by 7000. We will get 100 as a estimated quotient. Fine. I hope this question is clear to you all. Then we will move to question number 9. So now question number 9 is 29 bags of wheat weighs 2871 kg. Now the weight of 29 bags will be given to you. Estimate the weight of 1 bag of wheat. Now what you will do it? You are going to round it off this total number of bags also, then total weight of these bags also. Then you will get the estimated weight of 1 bag of wheat. So what you have to do? Estimated weight of 29 bags. Instead of 29, what you will do? You will round it off the number of bags also. So estimated number of bags, that will be, instead of 29, they will become 30. So here first of all we have to round it off all the numbers, which is like 29 bags. So what will be the round it of 29? 9 is greater than 5, so 1 will be added on 10th place. So that will become 30. Now the total weight of 30 bags will be 2871. As I told you that any number will be divisible, any number will be round it off to its greatest place value, which is 1000. So 2871. Now here you are going to round it off to the 1000 place. So this 2871 rounded off of this will be the number which is given on 100 place is 8 and 1000 place is 2. Now 8 is greater than 5, so 1 will be added in that. So that will become 2 plus 1, 3. So what you have to do, you have to find it out estimated weight of one bag of wheat. Okay. So I hope this estimation is clear to you all. Estimation is clear. Then we'll move to the question part, that how you are going to frame the sentences, how you are going to write the statement of the question. Okay, so let's start this question number 9. Now here question number 9, total estimated bags, which is 29 is the bag. Now round off of 29 will be, as I told you, 9 is more than 5, so 1 will be added on this place. 2 plus 1, 3, 30 will be there. So total estimated bags will be 30. Now estimated weight of 30 bags. Now you have to round it off, this 2871. Now here this place you have to round it off 8. Now 8 is greater than 5, so 1 will be added here. So what will be the estimated weight? That will be 3000 kg. Now what you have to find it out? You have to find it out, estimate the weight of one bag of wheat. So you will write, therefore estimated weight of one bag is 3000, which is the total weight, divided by number of bags. So that will be 31 times 0, 0. That will be 100 kg. Fine. Quite simple question. Total estimated bags. Total bags were 29 and estimated will become 30. Now estimated weight of 30 bags, how we have rounded off of this 2871, that will become 3000 kg. Therefore estimated weight of one bag will be 3000 divided by 30, which is equals to 100 kg. Got it? Quite easy and simple question is this. Okay. Now we'll move to question number 10. Now question number 10 is, Karuna paid a total of rupees 6,18,927 for 2,929 books. Estimate the price of a book Karuna paid. Now here the total price or the total money paid for 2,929 books have been given to you, that is 6,18,927. Now estimate the price of a book. You have to estimate the price of one book. Of a single book you have to find it out. Now what we will do here, we are going to round it off to the total number of books also, estimated the total estimated number of books, and then the money paid for those books, and then we will find it out what will be the estimated price of a book. As we have done in the previous question, the same statement we have to make it. Okay, so let's do this question. So now in this question number 10, the total number of books is 2,925. Now the greatest place value is 1000, which is 2. Now we'll see this, the 100 place, which is 9. Now we will round it off to the greatest 1000 place, that is 2. Now 1 will be added on 1000 place. Just tell me why. Yes, because the number which is given on 100 place is 9, which is greater than 5. So 1 will be added on 1000 place. So that will become 3000 books. Now we'll come to the total money which is paid, which is 6,18,927. Now 6 lakh, you are going to round it off to up to 6 lakh. Now we'll see the number which is given on 10,000 place, which is 1. Yes. So what will be the round it off of this number? Yes, that will be 6 lakh, because on 10,000 place we have 1 and 1 is less than, but obvious 1 is less than 5. So we are not going to add anything on lakh place. So that will become 6 lakh rupees, 6 lakh. So here you will write that estimated money paid for 3000 books is equals to 6 lakh. Therefore, estimated price of a book is equal to 6 lakh divided by 3000. Do the division and then you will get the 3 2s are 6. So you will get 200 rupees. So the price of a book will be 200. So this question number 10, you are going to do it yourself. I hope this question 10 is clear. Okay, let's revise this question 10 once again. What will be the total number of books? Estimated total number of books you are going to tell me. That is 3000. And what will be the total money paid for 3000 books is? Yes, that's correct. That is 6 lakh. So what you are going to do to find the estimated price of a book? Yes, you can remember from that also that here the concept of many and one is there. And whenever you have a concept of many and one is there, you are going to do division. So here also you are going to find the price of a book by division only, and then the last statement will be estimated price of a book, which is equal to 6 lakh divided by 3000. I hope this question is clear. So this question number 10 will be your homework and you are going to do this question number 10 yourself. Now come to challenges. Now challenges we will do it tomorrow. All 3 question of challenges we will take it tomorrow. Now come to think. It takes 30 minutes to get 2 shirts dry in the sun. It takes 30 minutes to get 2 shirts dry in the sun. How long will it take to get 3 shirts dry in the sun? Think about it. If it takes 30 minutes to get 2 shirts dry in the sun, how long will it take to get 3 shirts dry in the sun? Now answer for this question I am going to ask from you tomorrow, that how much time it will take to get 3 shirts dry in the sun. Okay. Think about it and then we'll take it tomorrow. Now do you know also it is very interesting thing it is given. Very interesting thing it is given in do you know. The following are the only examples of multiplication where all the digits from 1 to 9 have been used without repetition. Now in all these questions A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, in all these questions you can find it out numbers from 1 to 9. 0 is not included in these multiplication questions, and you are going to find it out numbers 1 to 9 in each examples without repetition. Without repetition you are going to get it numbers 1 to 9 in all these examples. See in A only you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And no number from 1 to 9, any digit is not repeating at all in any of these examples. Now, the second is the number of digits in the product of any two numbers cannot be more than the number of digits in the product of any two numbers cannot be more than the sum of the number of digits of the multiplier and the multiplicand. What it is telling that the number of digit in the product. Above also you can find it out that number of digit of any two numbers cannot be more than the sum of the number of digit of the multiplier and the multiplicand. Means the product cannot be greater than the sum of the digit given in multiplier and the multiplicand. Above also you can see that you have 2 digit in multiplier and 3 digit in multiplicand, but the product you are getting is in 4 digit only. So product always be less than the number of digit you have used in multiplier and the multiplicand. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with the challenges of this chapter and we'll discuss chapter test also tomorrow. So that's all for today. Good day.